My girl Shar put out a video on YouTube where she took a compilation of TikTok videos and mashed them together, where they were talking about disrespectful fathers and the daughters that they create. And this video got hundreds of comments. And I want to talk about this a little bit because what I am seeing with the healthcare field failing and daughters opting out and women saying, nope, I will not be a hospice care wife, where men are going to be stuck is going to be very, very interesting. Let's get into some of these comments. This woman says men are shocked when their wives aren't as forgiving as their mothers, but lose their minds when their daughters aren't as forgiving as their wives. These dudes are not pouring into their relationships at all. They're not pouring into their relationships with the women, and they're not pouring into their relationships with their daughters. And what is happening is when they make that phone call because they're looking for a hospice care kid, the daughters are like, nah, fam, no. I completely agree with this comment. Ladies, this is why you should never interrupt any man's karma. Do not get in the way of his karma. What he has sown, he will reap. Let them feel the consequences of the actions that they have made. This is for them and it's for the future generations. If younger men see us opting out, see daughters opting out, then maybe they will start pouring into their relationships a little bit. So maybe us opting out is helping future generations. This is a long one. She says, my father left me and my mom when I was 8 years old and never tried to contact me. I've lived in the same place with my mother for over 25 years and went ahead and made a whole separate family. Like 5 years ago, he showed up to my mom's work and gave her his number so I would contact him. My mom gave it to me. I walked in the next room, threw it in the trash, and kept living my life like I had been for over 2 decades without him. Like the beautiful lady at 1 minute and 21 seconds said, I have made peace that he will be gone and that's okay with me. Side note, my mom never said a bad word about that man to me. She never mentioned him in any passing unless I asked. She never stopped him from seeing me. He was physically, psychologically, and emotionally abusive to her. He had no excuses to not contact me. This goes to the conversations that men try to have, like, oh my gosh, she stops me from seeing my kids. No, kids grow up. Kids are observant. They can see that you're absent. They can see when you harm their mothers. So you guys need to reevaluate things. Look at all these smart young women living what it took me 40 years to learn the hard way. My grandfather is dying alone. He's in a care home and they're medicating him because he's a giant a-hole and none of us make ourselves available for his crap anymore. A lifetime of his toxic BS gave my grandmother recurring stress-related illnesses that killed her. So he doesn't even have her looking after him anymore. Whatever that care home decides to do with him, we all just don't care. Hilariously, having seen this play out, my father is all worried, and he should. If none of us care about Gramps, you can believe he's going to get the same treatment. You reap what you sow, ex-wives. Absentee father equals absentee kids when you're old and need help. Abusive fathers equals good luck in Cruncham Hall Nursing Home. Y'all, these dudes, they're not paying attention to these comments, and you can tell. This is what's going to get them. This woman says, for real, my whole life, my dad has preferred being around his friends out in the streets rather than his own family. He provides, but can't stand being around us. So I will do the same when he is elderly and needy. I will send him a check and wish him luck with all those friends he preferred. These dudes better pour into the people that will pour into them later. I wonder if they think that their friends will take care of them in old age. It was not just the daddies getting it in the comment section. This woman says, my mom, someone who's put me through hell, told me it's going to hurt you and you'll regret it when I'm gone. Even though it hurt her feelings, I had to tell her, no, I won't. Once we stopped communicating, I had already grieved the loss of the relationship. I don't know why parents think that they can treat you any kind of way and hurting you is supposed to be a lesson. Parents really got to start paying attention to how they treat their relationships because right now women are not being guilted into taking care of parents if they were abused, if they were abandoned, if they were not supported, how they needed to be mentally, physically, emotionally, financially. Kids become adults and adults have options and some of them are opting out. So treat your family well, treat your children well, and support people that support you. Love people that love you. Pour into people who have poured into you. Jump in the comments, tell me what you think. Like, comment, share.